quite a bit right now and trying to get Parker out of that slow game.
And Parker wants to keep the game at half court, full court press. Ball knocked out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Vikings. The Craig Cougars have 3 men on the press now against the Vikings. And they're trying to trap them.
Oh, nice job, Patrick, of Parker swinging the ball around and getting rid of it and getting up the floor.
But down on the other end, the defense is there for the Cougars. As the Vikings trying to slow down the game, trying to keep it at half court and lose track of the ball out of bounds. Nick DeLormer coming in now for the Cougars, number 24. Saunders with the ball. It's a 29-14 lead for the Craig Cougars. 4:42 left in the half.
And again, Parker changes up their defense. Saunders.
Oh boy, what a nice move.
Well, you can't lose track of him, and he comes up with a mental mistake there of a foul, and that will send Parker again to the free throw line.
Yeah, sometimes that overconfidence. Sometimes that overconfidence gets to you, and Saunders got overconfident after that. Great shot, underhanded, faked it up on one side, put it up underhanded on the other, but then came back and committed a foul, his first, and that puts the other number 10, the Vikings number 10, Jared Church, the line, who scores his first one.
And again, Patrick, this is what Craig doesn't want. They want the game to just continue to get up and down the floor, and for Parker, this is what they need to do. They need to hit some free throws and climb back in this thing.
And they hit 2 there. Church.
And again, Craig quickly up the floor.
Oh boy, they get up here quick. Byers from the paint, it doesn't go.
And boy, Parker's really got to come up with that. Craig doing a nice job of getting to the offensive boards.
And they get a rebound. Nice rebound there by Matt Kelly for the Vikings on 2 missed shots that possession for the Craig Cougars. A nice drive, trying to penetrate and score was Ricky Morris, but it didn't go, and rebound back to the Cougars. Into Byers, hammered. He was hammered, and that'll be a foul.
Well, that entry pass, Patrick, was from Saunders, and only he would have saw that. Aubrey just cutting down the middle of the floor and anticipating where he was going, and like a quarterback passed it to a spot, and that's where Aubrey ended up catching it.
Phil Boylan with the foul. Aubrey Lewis Byers at the line.
And again, Patrick, this is where Craig can set up their press and really come after you after made free throws.
Second one goes down after roaming around the rim, and it's out of bounds. Parker Vikings 33-16 in favor of the Cougars. Now the Vikings move it up court really quickly, and it's out of bounds. I believe it'll go back to the Vikings. Looked like Byers handled it last, and it will go back to the Janesville Parker Vikings, who...
And an almost nice job of getting the ball up the floor, but an errant pass from Church, and luckily Aubrey tipped it that Parker will retain possession.
Szynski looking for help, gets it over the other side of the court. On the weak side, looking into Boylan, nothing there, so it's back outside and taken away by Saunders, but a whistle.
Whoa.
And I think they're going to call Saunders with a foul.
And a pretty tough call. Saunders looked like he clean picked Parker there, but second personal. I think he's going to have to sit a couple minutes, being up 33-16. You know, how Craig reacts without him on the floor now is probably a big factor. With 3:37, and Parker can go to the next foul, double bonus. So
Matt Kelly at the line doesn't make it on a bonus shot, and the Parker Vikings are in the bonus. 9 team fouls on the Craig Cougars. Now that's 7 fouls on the Parker Vikings, as we had a foul just now, and that'll put Craig in the bonus. Foul on number 23, Ricky Morris.
And again, Patrick, if they can come up with 2, well, come up short on that one. But if they make this free throw, Patrick, it gets really difficult for um, Parker because Craig can set up their defensive pressure full court.
Well, we have still another Cougar in the game there at the free throw line, Nick Schaller.
And an errant pass by Tig, and another turnover by Parker, and that will lead to quick points here. Again, Craig right back at you.
We talked about that deep bench of the Cougars, and they've got them in there now. We've had a lot of players in and out of the game, and right now we have only one starter on the floor.
And I was just going to say that, Patrick. One starter for Craig on the floor. That's how deep they are.
And they're still playing like all the starters are there. Lewis Byers, the only starter on the floor, misses. Trying to drive, rebound Mike Furman. And it's 3:05 left in the half, and the Parker Vikings have a chance here with the starters taking a rest. But doesn't seem like the Cougars lose much by putting in some substitution.
Well, it's their defensive pressure that gives them offensive opportunities. Their defensive quickness, their hand quickness on the ball gives them more offensive possessions. And right now, Parker really struggling on the offensive end, getting the ball over the half-court line.
Now Klawitter is back in, so they have two starters on the floor. Do the Cougars, 2:45 left in the half. They have a big lead and the ball right now and are moving it around, looking for the open shot. Byers inside. Furman, nice defense. Furman provided good defense, so Lewis Byers had no shot available and had to kick it back outside.
Well, Parker just doing a nice job of helping and recovering in that man-to-man right there, Patrick. Just coming up a little short. Furman going to have to sit with a foul. And I believe they got it wrong on the scorer table because I think that's his second on my sheet.
I think it is the second foul. You're right. But maybe they didn't write the other one down, and he's getting a break here, getting that NBA
He's getting that famous 6 fouls in the NBA.
Yeah.
But I don't think Suter will like that too well, and neither will Craig. But right now, Patrick, Parker needs to get the ball over half court and get a good possession out of this.
That was Nick Schaller at the free throw line for the Janesville Craig Cougars. I think it was 1 out of 2 there. 36-16 is the score. 2:21 left. And the Craig Cougars take it away as they try to get it inside. Church tried to pass it into Mueller, and it was taken away by the Cougars. They get it into Aubrey Lewis Byers. He shoots, and the rebound comes back to Maurice Mueller for the Vikings. So the Cougars denied on that possession. The Cougars got to do a lot of that to catch up here, and they need to score, and they don't. Oh, nice shot, but it doesn't go, and there's a fight for the ball down there. Matt Kelly with the shot and the fight for the ball. I think Klawitter in on that for the Cougars, and it ends up out of bounds to the Craig Cougars.
Well, Patrick, right now Parker really struggling on the offensive end. Coach Miller talked about that a little bit, that, you know, they had to find ways to score. They had a couple of good opportunities there, but you just got to knock them down. And how big are those free throws that they missed? All 7 of them.
Cougars slowing it down now compared to what they've been doing. They've been flying up the court, inside back out to Klawitter, so they were trying to get it inside for something. Aubrey Lewis Byers with a long 2.
Stepping out and knocking down the long shot, and that kind of will spread out that defense a little bit more.
39-16 in favor of the Cougars. Coming up on the half, 1:24. Cougars back on a steal and a shot. Sean Kennedy.
And right now, Patrick, this game getting a little out of hand. Craig really picked up the defensive pressure, and another errant pass by Tig.
Yeah, trying to get it into Boylan. It was intercepted by the Cougars. And they're going to take, oh boy, it rattles in for number 42, Sean Kennedy. And we have a timeout with under a minute left. Just under a minute, 58 seconds left in the first half. It's a huge 44-16 lead for the Janesville Craig Cougars on their home court.
And basically, Patrick, it all comes down to turnovers. There's been so many points off of turnovers, and you just can't do that against Craig. They're so quick to get up the floor and take advantage of your mistakes, and that's exactly what's going on right now. In the last couple of minutes, we talked about only Aubrey, the one starter on the floor, but Craig, again, so deep that they just turn the defense up, and that creates offensive opportunities.
Well, the Parker Vikings just need to keep track of the ball, and I know you talked about that in the pregame, and that's what's haunting them in this game.
Yeah, and when Parker's had a couple opportunities, Kelly down low, Ricky Morris down low, Maury Mueller down low, and Craig just playing enough good defense that they alter that shot just enough, but there's nobody there altering your free throw shot. You got to knock them down, and Parker's got to do that if they're going to climb back in this, but only a minute left in the quarter.
And Parker with the ball being pressed by the Craig Cougars. The Cougars, good defense throughout this game, and there was good defense again as the ball was stolen away by Nick DeLormer. And the Parker Vikings commit another turnover. Klawitter tries another three, doesn't go, and then the Parker Vikings end up with the rebound underneath, getting it out to Szynski, and now number 21, Ryan Mullen, who I think got the rebound originally. And we have a foul on the other end. 22 seconds left.
Yeah, and realistically, Patrick, that's just a mental mistake there. But Maury needs to go to the line and knock both of these down. Craig just turning it up, Patrick.
Yeah, still another name for Craig. Steve Jennings committing the foul. So I think they've had practically their whole bench in there so far. Deep bench, as you mentioned.
Oh, boy, I'll tell you, I came to the game the other night, Patrick, and they played 14 guys. And before you knew it, you didn't know who you were supposed to be guarding, and you had a tendency to go up and ask the referee, can we get a matchup if they're playing man-to-man. But Craig substituting in and out and resting their starters right now, being up 44-18.
Mueller hits both of them from the free throw line for the Vikings. And they really needed that. As Joe said, they got to hit the free throws, take care of the ball, and things will take care of themselves here. And they can climb back into this game, but they're going to have to work hard. Underneath, powered up, Chris Eckerman, and that's the buzzer for the half. So Chris Eckerman powers up the last 2 points of the first half, where the Janesville Craig Cougars lead the Janesville Parker Vikings by a score of 46-18. You're watching Big 8 basketball on Marcus Media Sports.
The Marcus Media High School Game of the Week. Boys basketball action with Janesville Parker and Janesville Craig. Tonight's game was made possible through the advertising support of these sponsors: Voight Music Center and Allegro Studio, Lakeland Custom Coach RV Center, Budget Truck and Auto Body, The Village, Black Hawk Technical College, and the University of Wisconsin-Rock County. Thank you all for your support.
back at Janesville Craig High School. It is the second half in a game that the Craig Cougars are leading 46-18 over the Janesville Parker Vikings, and right away to start the half, Klawitter launches his third three-pointer of the game. What do we have going on in this first half there, Joe?
Well, 17 points off of Parker turnovers, and for the most part, Patrick, Parker did a pretty good job, just didn't connect on free throws and didn't take advantage of their opportunities underneath the basket. Craig just doing a fabulous job of picking up their defensive pressure and getting numerous opportunities offensively off of second chance boards on the offensive end.
Saunders, yes. So right away the Craig Cougars come out 5 quick points, 51-18, and the Parker Vikings, who were haunted by some bad shooting early on, together, but they are getting farther and farther behind. Luke Keene intercepting a pass that was supposed to go to Furman. He puts it over to Danny Saunders, and the Craig Cougars have come out and scored the first 7 points of the second half.
And you got to think that Klawitter had a set play from Suter coming out from the half to get that three-pointer. Szynski and Aaron shot.
Yeah, Szynski was interrupted there by a Cougar.
And they changed the call. It was a tip, and I kind of thought he got fouled under the body, but
inbounds, Janesville Parker Vikings shooting up a shot. Saunders with the rebound.
Nice pass by Keene up to Klawitter, but a little travel. Nice pass of leading Klawitter to the basket by Keene, and he got 2 quick fouls and really sat the rest of the half, Patrick.
Yeah, he was in a little bit in the second quarter, not much. Luke Keene, starter for the Craig Cougars at forward, and the Parker Vikings now have the ball. 53-18 is our score, and it's taken away again by Luke Keene. Again on a pass meant for the inside. Again he feeds Saunders, and again Saunders scores. So that was just an instant replay of a play that happened about 2 plays ago.
And another nice pick off. Keene making his presence felt already early on.
Off the foot of a Cougar, out of bounds. I think that was off the foot of Chris Eckerman.
And very quickly, Patrick, we have numerous players coming off the Craig bench coming in as substitutes.
Craig Cougars bringing in a whole new team, 5 new players. And let's see if we can get at him here. It's Schaller back in. Number 24, DeLarmer back in. Number 40 is Steve Jennings. He was in earlier.
And another errant pass by Szynski, Patrick, and another turnover by Parker, and Craig back on the prowl on the offensive end.
Colin Berry, a newcomer for the Cougars, hadn't been in 34, 6-foot junior, and the Cougars have none of their starters on the floor, and the Parker Vikings still struggling on the scoreboard. 18 points, what they came in at the half. There they take it away on a Cougar miss. Nice put up there by number 23, Ricky Morris, for the Parker Vikings. Vikings stealing it away. Szynski stole it away, and a block on number 34, Cullen Berry, will put the Parker Vikings out of bounds. First foul on Cullen Berry.
And 2 quick turnovers by Craig, and Parker quickly to take advantage of one of them by Morris's layup.
Parker, an opportunity to get back in this game here.
Oh, nice
but they
play.
get a pass taken away all the way down the other end. It doesn't go. All that work by Nick Schaller, and he's laying on the floor right now. It's Szynski on the floor for the Vikings.
Szynski hard foul to Schaller down low, but again, you said it, Patrick, all on the defensive end, and that leads to quick offensive possessions, and that's what Craig likes to do.
Number 32 at the line is Nick Schaller, misses his first one on a first foul by number 20, Szynski. Szynski's played hard in this game, and this is only his first foul, so he has played under control. And the Cougars get 2 more. Vikings with the ball. Struggling in this game, struggling this season. Into Furman. Furman blocked, foul.
Well, a nice lead pass to the baseline by Ricky Morris. Furman's got to finish that, Patrick, down low, strong to the basket. And but again, going to the free throw line, and this is where they got to complete those free throws.
With number 40, Steve Jennings with his second foul. Mike Furman at the line for the Janesville Craig Cougars. And Furman, good for 6 to 8 points a game, playing the inside. Very good on defense, scores his first. And he'll have another opportunity here. He puts 1 out of 2 away as the rebound comes back and is fought for by 2 players. Tie-up. The tie-up between number 23, Ricky Morris for the Vikings, and Cullenberry for the Cougars. Out of bounds, Vikings on the possession
Well,
arrow.
that's another great opportunity, Patrick. Hustle on the offensive boards, and Parker got to take advantage of these being down. Nice pass by Szynski. Furman's got to finish it strong, Patrick.
Yeah, Furman powered it up. It didn't go. Rebound fought for, and ending up with it is Steve Sanfilippo. And back come the Janesville Craig Cougars out of bounds off the hands of Aubrey Lewis Byers. So some of the starters starting to come back in. Aubrey Lewis Byers, anyway, is, excuse me, that's not Byers. That's Stanley. So still no starters on the floor for the Cougars as they have a formidable 56-21 lead.
And really, Patrick, it all was their defense leading to easy possessions on offense. Oh boy, and another errant pass by Szynski out of bounds. Good foul by Ryan Mullen down low to stop Craig, but Craig doing a nice job of pushing the ball up, going to the basket, and getting fouled to get to the free throw line.
Well, Parker's going to make the Cougars earn it from the free throw line. That'll be Sean Kennedy at the free throw line. The foul on Ryan Mullen of the Vikings, and it's off the rim for the free throw off of the hands of Sean Kennedy.
Well, for Craig, Patrick, Sean Kennedy doing a nice job of tipping that ball out on the perimeter of Parker's offense, going down and going right to the basket and getting fouled, but coming up empty on the free throw line.
4 minutes and 30 seconds left in the third quarter. Vikings with the ball. Vikings moving it around the perimeter.
And that's what they need to do, Patrick. Move the ball quickly and to open areas. Craig just doing a nice job. They're just so quick, Patrick, and causing another turnover.
Yeah, Parker trying to rotate players around. They got Furman playing inside and then outside, and they're rotating all their players around like that. But they just can't find the combination.
Well, you can just see on the faces of some of the Parker players that they're just frustrated, but they're giving their all, and they're still playing hard. Craig executing magnificently on offense, and almost an errant pass, but there again, Patrick, an open shot. Parker coming up with the, oh boy, nice play.
That would have been a three. Another newcomer, Joe Robinson, shooting that three for the Cougars. And then they do get one to go down. Steve Jennings, 2 points for the Craig Cougars. 3:41 left in the third quarter. The Parker Vikings with the ball into Boylan. Boylan trying to get it over to number 40 is Maurice Mueller, but it ends up out of bounds.
Well, when you get that low, Patrick, and I've said this about Furman, when Boylan gets that low at 6'6", he's got to just power that thing to the basket and finish that or get fouled, one or the other. And that time, nothing that Craig did defensively, just an errant pass by Phil Boylan for Parker.
Well, the Janesville Craig Cougars getting full use of their bench this evening. That one's out to Damon Stanley, over to number 22, Joe Robinson. And we have traveling, so Craig Cougar staying with, well, what would you call it, Joe, a bench team?
Well, a lot of the players that work their tail off and in practice for Craig are now getting an opportunity to get some experience and get some time in for Craig. I think it's very important that Parker plays well right now so that they can build for the upcoming games. Obviously, it's going to be very difficult for them to climb back in this game realistically, but if Parker could just play well and do well, they might have a good feeling going into the next game. Craig, on the other hand, they want to give some of their players an opportunity to get some time on their hands in the game. Nice pass by Morey to high-low down to Phil Boylan.
Boylan with 2. Just under 3 minutes.
And again, that's what Phil's got to do. He gets the ball that low, he's got to just take that ball right up as tall as he is and not bring it down where the vultures are, those little guards that come down and try and steal the ball away from you.
Well, Craig up 58-23 right now. Parker with the ball. Parker from the top of the key, doesn't go for Church.
And no one back for defense for Parker, and Craig coming up with an easy one, coming up short twice.
And they missed twice. The second shot up there by Jennings didn't go for the Craig Cougars.
And that's a pretty tough one to swallow, Patrick. 2-on-0, and Craig just comes up short. But Parker coming out of that timeout with 2 set offensive plays and coming up with 2 good shots, only coming up with one of the shots going down Jared Church again.
Doesn't go. Rebound fought for, tipped. It was tipped by Stanley over to number 40, Steve Jennings.
And a nice skip pass by Craig. Boy, Craig really doing a nice job of moving the ball offensively, Patrick, tonight.
And that's even with their, what would you call it? I wouldn't call them substitutions. They're playing too good to be called that, but they're bench players.
Well, Patrick, another
right in there with the program.
Well, another factor that I didn't talk about earlier, Patrick, is the fact that both of these teams have been off extensive time, about 7 or 8 days respectively, and that really benefits Craig because Parker wants to slow this game down but use their